So, hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Football Prediction Podcast show. Yesterday we had six sporting events. As always, we tried to provide you six sporting events, the best six sporting events we can find during this off season. To minimize in losses and optimize wins, basically. And four of those, won. And we lost two of those. One of the games was from Finland, we lost, and then Bolivia, where we had a penalty kick missed by the team that was supporting, and a red card awarded to them also. Talking about factors that can affect the outcome of events, this is one of those. So you want to gamble responsibly, even though our records by and large, in the way you look at the bigger picture, has been quite sufficient. Basically, it's been good enough so far. But today again, we have six more sporting events for you guys. Yesterday we didn't have a winner, and so you think in the point section, so we have another sporting event for you guys. Those of you who won, will know what to do to claim your slot basically in that one, powered by Mega Parry. So that and more basically on the show today. If you're first time coming across this channel, this is Football Prediction Podcast show, where we bring you the best possible football predictions every single day for your use to help you increase your chances of winning significantly and beating the odds in the long run. That's exactly what we do here. So stick with us and watch this video till the end, because it will contain sporting events that will really help you increase your chances of winning significantly. So welcome back, guys. My name is Huka, and I will be your humble host on this daily podcast show, bringing you football prediction as presided, put together, and brought forward by the team. I will be bringing that to you every single day. Yesterday, in the So You Think You Can Punt section, we had that sporting event for you guys to provide your correct scores about. That was the game between the Belgium women and Italy women's, football event, basically, and that ended in a 0-1 scoreline in favor of Italy, even though heavily, tipped, favored, to win that one yesterday, and they did come out victors 1-0, and nobody was able to get that correct score yesterday correctly. So another shout out wasted, unfortunately.
Oh no!
All right, guys. So today we have another sporting event for you guys to try your hands on, and I must say, and still give kudos to you guys. It's been very, very good results so far as predictions go in this sporting event. You guys have been very close, really following that one based on the insights that we provide about these sporting events every single day. So as I always try to say, it is teamwork is always the best work. So from the team that we have, we bring six sporting events to you, and you guys will be the team to make the seventh sporting event, and you guys have been doing that really well so far. So a big shout out to all of you guys doing that. And of course, if you get it correctly, you stand a chance to enjoy a 1 month free premium subscription with us, powered by Mega Parry. That flew out of my mouth. Powered by Mega Parry for 1 month. You get to enjoy that when you get your correct scores right. Basically, those who won have are already onboarded, and are enjoying that benefit. So far yesterday we did win in that premium subscription section. So guys, get to trying out your hands in the correct score for these events today, so you can stand a chance to win that one. It is it will be very beneficial to you. So the game we're looking at today is the sporting event between Shelbourne City and Cork City, and this is from Ireland, and here's a situation report about that sporting event to help you make that decision today.
Eager to return to their winning form after a concerning streak of results, Shelbourne will host the struggling Cork City at Toker Park this Friday night for a League of Ireland Premier match. In their last outing, the Shells managed to secure a point against Galway United, while the Rebel Army earned a draw against St Patrick's Athletic. After clinching the League of Ireland Premier title in 2024, their first since 2006, Shelbourne finds themselves in the mid-table this season, facing challenges in accumulating a series of positive results. Currently, the Shells are enduring a 3-match winless streak, following a draw at Galway last Friday night, where a first-half goal from Ademopo Odebiko was equalized by a late strike from substitute Bobby Burns. With only one victory in their last 6 top-flight matches, Shelbourne has dropped to 5th place in the League of Ireland Premier standings after 24 games, trailing a significant 16 points behind the league-leading Shamrock Rovers, who are 11 points clear of second-place Derry City. As their defense of the Irish title appears nearly over, the Shells aim to deliver some positive performances at Toker Park in front of their fans before the season wraps up, especially after losing their last 2 matches at home. Having spent time in the academies of West Ham United and Primera Liga club Maritimo, 22-year-old Odebiko has emerged as a key player for mid-table Shelbourne, contributing to 7 goals in 23 league appearances so far in 2025.
Cork, who have clinched the country's second division title in 2 of the last 3 seasons, are striving to re-establish themselves as a prominent team in Irish football. However, the visitors on Friday have experienced a significant decline since winning the League of Ireland Premier title in 2017. The Rebel Army is facing little resistance against an impending relegation in the 2025 season, as City has now gone 11 games without a victory, following a goalless draw at Tanners Cross against St Patrick's Athletic last Friday night, witnessed by just 2,000 fans. With only 5 points earned from their last 11 matches in the top tier, Cork City finds themselves firmly at the bottom of the League of Ireland Premier standings, trailing 4 points behind Sligo Rovers, who occupy the relegation playoff position, and 12 points behind Waterford, who are safely in 8th place. Supporters of the Rebel Army will make their way to Toker Park on Friday, holding on to hope rather than expectation for a successful evening, as their beleaguered team remains winless in 10 top-flight matches this year, having managed a league-low 2 points away from home. Gerard Nash, aiming to guide Cork away from the relegation zone, is currently in his first role as a senior head coach after a 2-year tenure with Aston Villa under-19s. The 38-year-old has yet to secure a win after 7 matches.
Delivering an outstanding assist for Odebiko's goal at Galway last week, midfielder Jonathan Lunny has secured his place in the Shelbourne starting lineup. There may be a change in the back three for the Shells, as young talent James Norris could be substituted for Tyreek Wilson at Toker Park. Cork City is facing a shortage of options in their left-back position due to Benny Kuto's ankle injury sustained in late April, with the 21-year-old anticipated to return in a few weeks. After scoring a commendable 3 goals in 7 league matches, Rory Keating has suffered a muscle injury and is once again unavailable for the Rebel Army. Having achieved their first clean sheet of the season in their last match, Friday's visitors are likely to maintain a centre-back duo of Freddie Anderson and Charlie Lyons. Following a series of draws away from home, Shelbourne returns to their Toker Park ground and should feel very confident about defeating a struggling Cork City. The Rebel Army has not won in their last 10 away games and is expected to face their 12th defeat of the league season in Dublin this Friday night.
Alright, so given the report that we have there, what do you think the correct score will be in this sporting event? Leave that in the comment section. We will be looking forward to hearing from you guys about what you think the correct score will be in this sporting event today. Alright guys, so moving on, to the business for the day. Let's look at what happened yesterday. We had that first sporting event between Mexico and Honduras. And we expected the home side to be able to win, and they did come out victors 1-0 in that sporting event. So if you missed that, you had that sporting event we predicted yesterday to cover up for that. Remember guys, that's what we talked about, doing that, that way basically. Okay, that will help guys cover for what you missed, which normally should be just one event. It shouldn't be more than one. Okay, next sporting event we had was the game between Kappa and TPS. And we expected the away side to be able to win that yesterday, and they lost 4-2 in that sporting event yesterday. That's how that went. Next sporting event was between Vikingor and Klaksvik. Expected the away side to be able to win yesterday, and they did come out victors 1-0 in that sporting event yesterday. The next was between Afro-Trolden and Breidablik. We expected over 1.5 goals to be seen there, and we had 2-2 being the final scoreline, giving us what we needed and an extra, of course, in that sporting event. The next was the game between Keflavik and Sulfors. Expected the home side to be able to win in that sporting event yesterday, and they did come out victors 3-2 in that one yesterday. Next sporting event we had, and finally, was the game between Strongest and Real Oruro. We expected Strongest to be able to win that one yesterday, but they lost that 0-1. That game was interrupted at some point for safety reasons, according to them. Still had a penalty kick for the home side in the 9 minutes of the first half, and they did miss that. talking about factors that kind of affect the outcome of these events. That was one of them. It didn't go for the same thing with Inter Toko, if I remember correctly, and marrying him, and we expected them to score that penalty to give us that win, but they didn't do that. So today is another day. This is happening. So these factors are real, guys. You want to take note of that. They also had a red card, in that sporting event. So that was just a game that was wasn't for us basically. And so that's how yesterday went. So today we have more sporting events for you guys as always, and our picks in those sporting events. So without wasting much time, let's get right into that. First sporting event we have is the game between Dagenham City and South Melbourne. In that sporting event, we expect over 1.5 goals to be seen in this one, and this is from the Australian Victoria NPL one. And kicks off around 10:45 a.m. West African time. Okay, guys. So Dagenham City and South Melbourne over 1.5 goals is what we expect to see there. Next sporting event is still from the Australian Victoria NPL, and that's the game between Hume City and Avondale. Sorry, and we're going with an over 1.5 goals to be seen in that sporting event today. Kicks off around 11:30 West African time, 11:30 a.m. West African time. That sporting event. Okay, next sporting event we have is between Rigas Footballer Scholar and FK Lipaja. Right, this is from Latvia versus Liga. And we expect the home side to be able to win today. And this kicks off around 1700 West African time, 5 p.m. West African time. That is when that kicks off. Okay, next sporting event we have is a game between Fluminense and Al Hilal. And we expect over 1.5 goals to be seen in that FIFA Club World Cup sporting event taking place today. And that kicks off around 2000 West African time. Okay, that's 8 p.m. West African time, that sporting event. Before I go further, guys, here's a gentle reminder, to ask you guys to hit that like button. It is very important for the community, for the culture. Do that. And if you're first time coming across the channel, you like the vibe here, you like how it's going, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. We invite you to do that to become part of this community, what we like to call City Sports Traders, that we are building on here. And everyone, don't forget to turn notification bells on. It will be very beneficial to you as we go on this journey. All right, guys. Our next sporting event we have is the game between Sunshine Coast Wanderers, and Morton City Excelsior, and we think that the away side should be able to win today in the sporting event, and this is from the Australian NPL Queensland, and kicks off around 10:30 a.m. West African time. This sporting event, and finally we have that sporting event between Torpedo Belas Zodino, and Molodechno. Okay, Molodechno, right? Okay, and this is from Belarus, Veshaya League, and it kicks off around 14:30 West African time. And our pick here is for the home team to be able to win in this sporting event. All right, guys. So these are the 6 sporting events we've carefully selected and analyzed for you guys today to be able to make decisions from and make picks from and carve out sleeps from basically in this one. So that'll be all for now. Okay, guys. We will resume, with the insights, correct scores, and all of that when the season, kicks off properly. But for now, this is what we have. It is actually been very, very good so far. If you are the type to, do the needful, do your job, do your analysis on these sporting events we provide, and carve out winning sleeps basically for yourselves, that should be sufficient enough. It has been good enough so far. Okay, for what we know. So, first time I'm coming across the channel, you are welcome. This is how we roll here. You will find out more, as we go, as the season resumes. But for now, this is how we're going to be doing it. Okay, guys. So, I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video, and I do hope that you find some value from what we provided here today. Guys, note that information provided here is shared information for you, to be able to make better informed decisions, keep you educated and updated, especially about some of these teams that most of you probably have not heard about until now. So you want to, keep tabs on what is happening, track these events with us every single day, get up to speed, with these sporting events, these tips, these clubs, these countries, how they go, how their performances have been, so that with time, your losses and your wins, of course, will amount to lessons at the end of the day. And this is how we amass the experience that we have for 9 years that we use to run this show. So we expect that a lot of you will be learning from what we provide on the channel every single day as time goes. So try to watch these videos till the very end. Pay attention to the events that we provide and the options we choose in those events, and of course, do what you need to do. And of course, we expect that it will build your knowledge, about football, prediction, football teams. At the end of the day, that's another reason why we set up this channel, also to keep you updated and educated, basically, to help you become a better sports bettor or sports trader, as we like to call it. And information here is provided also to keep you entertained when this period of, we don't have the leagues, major leagues going on. This will keep you entertained for the meantime. Okay, guys. So note that there are factors also that can affect the outcome of this event. We saw that today, or yesterday, in the sporting events between strongest. Penalty kicks is one of those that can affect the outcome of those events. You have red cards, like we saw there. You could have own goals even scored. You could have VARs, canceling goals or awarding goals. You could have also, injury and fitness concerns to keep players right in the middle of the sporting event, and all these factors we cannot emphasize at the time of doing all of this, compilation and recording this and bringing it to you. This can come up after that during the sporting event while they are going on, and we cannot emphasize anything. And these factors can turn the outcome of what we predicted around. Basically, it could go for us, it could go against us. So knowing that, and why I'm saying this is to know that you have to gamble responsibly, because sports betting is a marathon, it is not a sprint. So it will take time, but if you do the needful by sticking wisely and gambling responsibly, at the end of the day, in the long run, you should be able to be on the profit side. Okay, that's why we ensure that, tell you that every single day, so you gamble responsibly and do not stick more than you can afford to let go of. Okay, guys. So that being said, that'll be all for now. I hope that you enjoyed watching, and I hope that you'll be able to grab some value from this one. Till we see you again in the next episode of our daily football prediction podcast show. I remain yours, Hookah, H to the double O. May the odds be in our favor. I'll see you guys around. Peace out.